Hey trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXT Track Time. Please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Trackies, it's getting spicy. I love it. 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 It's just January. Well, we're closing out January, but the track and field season is definitely heating up. And of course, with that, we are seeing the clashes coming through thick and fast trackies. And of course, we've been looking forward to seeing a lot of our, Jamaican athletes, because I know there are trackies here that are not Jamaican. So let me just say our Jamaican trackies hit to the track or take to the track over the women's 60 meters. A few of them should have showed up before, didn't show up. You know what I mean? But now we're getting a really good clash coming up this Saturday at the Queen's Grace Jackson meet. Now, track is, yes, big guns are coming out, and a lot of questions that a lot of people are asking will be answered. So, track is, I'm going to put up on my screen so that you can see, what I'm talking about. I was trying the share option earlier, but I didn't like how it looked. It looked too small on the screen. So I'm just going to put it up on the screen after the fact, when I'm editing so that you guys can see the start list. So heading into this race, and I'm hoping that it goes from heats to final and it's not just a timed final race with two separate sections. I am looking forward to seeing this being a heat to final race. So I'm hoping that definitely happens. But in this racetrack is we have Shericka Jackson. Yes, we have Briana Williams, we have Sashalee Forbes, we have Tia Clayton, we have Serena Cole, we have Sada Williams, the Bahamian. She runs the 400 meters. I believe bronze medal from the last World Championships. I mean, in 2023. And then we have Janelle Smith, we have Jura Levy, and we have Jenny Brown. I'm impressed that Jura Levy, is still going. But then again, Shelly's still going, so why not? You know what I mean? Before I get into my thoughts as it relates to, what I expect in this race, let me just give a shout out to athletes that I know don't typically run these distances, or this is not the distance that they cover, over the outdoor season. So um Janet Brown, hurdler, right? I'm loving seeing that she's, consistently in these 60-meter races. I believe last time she ran like a 7:96, I believe. So I'm looking to see that time come down. And then I'm kind of, correlating that with the hurdles and what her time would be in the hurdles. I'm assuming maybe someplace like around at 8:10, 8:15, based on that 7:96 run or 7:9, whatever it was at the time run. So, I mean, her times are coming down, and that is good. That is good. We could potentially see a Jenny that could be challenging, close to her best this season, which is again a good thing. Never say, we have enough, because it can never be too enough. You know what I mean? Or or never be enough. Then we have Sada Williams, 400-meter athlete. As I said, I loved seeing her in the first outing. I believe she placed second behind Tina Clayton in that final, or in that fifth section. Right, I was very impressed by her run. Looked like she had much more to give as well. So I was like, Sada clearly has the speed. You know what I mean, and is clearly working on that speed. So when we look at the 400-meter field, the 400 meters is considered a sprint, right? And that is typically what you see these athletes doing in the event. They're literally sprinting. Now we're going into this 2024 season. I'm not sure what event the likes of Sydney will be taking up this season. But if a Sydney is in the race, a Shawnee Miller Weibo, then we have Salwa Eid Nasa. These girls are running flat out in the event. And if you want to medal in that 400-meter distance, then you have to take it up like a sprint, and you have to run hard, from the gun. So I'm loving seeing this from Sada, expecting her to do phenomenal this season outdoors in that 400 meters as well. All right. With that done understood, let's get into, the women's 60 meters. We haven't seen Shericka yet, right? But based on indications, if we go into previous years with Shericka, and then of course this season, what I've been seeing, in their, workouts, I'm expecting Shericka to come out ready to run really quickly in the 60-meter race. Briana Williams as well. Haven't seen her so far this season, but I did a video on her recently talking about how she looks. She looks primed and ready to go super fast this season. We talked about her, taking up the 200 meters, so the strength is there. So, okay, okay, you may say, this is a good race for Briana. It's a 60, but I'm looking at it from a 100-meter perspective as well, knowing that, she's not gonna just fizzle out, once that 60-meter passes or 80 meters in, she's decelerating too quickly, right? So I'm excited to see this Briana line up in this race as well. Sashalee Forbes in her first outing, 7.15 seconds. Love that race also. Track is she was, I talked about how she has that kind of running style, deceptively running, right? I compared it to what I see Elaine and also Shakiri. Those type of athletes that always look like they have more and you can't really gauge them sometimes. You know what I mean? But I love the run that I saw in that 7.15. I saw aggression from the gun to the tape. Her start was really, really good. And of course, towards the end of the 60 was really, really strong as well. She didn't look like she was slowing down. My assumption is that this season as well, she's also picked up back the 200 meters because I've talked about how I was expecting to see, a faster 200 meters from her last season in when I talk about the fact that, she ran a PB in that 100 meters. I was expecting the same for the 200 meters. Didn't materialize, but I was advised that she wasn't really doing it last year, right? So I'm hoping that this year it's back on so that once you pair that speed with that strength, then it's just going to be all the more better, especially when you talk about her 100-meter times, right? Tia Clayton has come out, blasting out, shooting out and letting the world know that, okay, she's much more focused and she's ready to go, ready to definitely shatter that personal best. That personal best has been sitting at 11.2 for a while. And, she's ready to, bring that down. So I'm expecting a good performance from her. She literally wiped the floor in her fourth section in her first race out. That was a crazy run. From gun to tape, it was strong, strong, strong outing from Tia Clayton. Then we have Serena Cole. Much better performance I saw with her recently. So her times are, coming down, and that is good. I expect a good performance from her in this race. Jonelle Smith and Jura Levy. As it relates to their performances, I'm expecting better than what I saw before. Let's just put it that way. Better than what I saw before. So, with that said, well, no, I don't think I've seen Jura Levy. Has she run? No, I don't think. I see her on Instagram all the time. So I don't know if I'm talking about her Instagram post that she's doing where she's showing me her training runs, but I don't think I recall seeing her in a race. If I did, I apologize. But yeah, I'm expecting better. Let's just put it that way. Um, where do I expect the placings in this race, or what are my placings in this race? Um, it's so funny because when I look at this list and how they rank the athletes, um, this is pretty much how I'm thinking about the athletes, especially in the top four, right? So I'm looking at Shericka, I'm looking at Briana, I'm looking at Sashalee, and I'm looking at Tia to be top four in this race. And also Sada. I'm expecting Sada to be up there. Surprisingly, I'm expecting her to be up there, maybe someplace around 50ish. But anyway, so who takes this win? All right, I'm gonna say Shericka takes the win, right? Um, then I'm gonna say and I know a lot of you are gonna say, but you haven't seen Briana run yet. How are you putting Briana in second? I'm going with my gut, okay? My gut is telling me that Briana is gonna get second, and my gut is also telling me that Sasha may get third, and my gut is telling me that Tia may get fourth. Which again surprisingly lines up the same way, how the setup is that I'm looking at on my screen. When I put it up, you guys will see it. But yeah, so that's how I see this race. Honestly, these girls have been showing me so far. Are what we know about these girls so far, because again, not everybody has run, but what we know about them so far is Tia has a good start. Sasha Lee's start looks good too. We know Brianna has always had a good start, and Shericka's start has gotten so much better, where she's on par with the best in the world in terms of getting out of those blocks. So everybody in the top four literally has a phenomenal first 60. You know what I mean? So honestly, it's gonna be hard to separate them. You know what I mean? I'm just going based off, one, my gut feeling, and two, previous history where I placed these athletes. But anyway, Trackies, it's your turn now to sound off in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Tell me where you think these athletes will place in the race. Yeah, and what are you looking forward to most out of this? Like the video, of course, and subscribe. I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.